When I walk into Market of Choice to get my family food for the next few weeks, I am bombarded with imaginary pro-con lists for each and every item I put in my cart. My stomach wants something tasty and satisfying, my brain wants something healthy, my wallet wants something cheap, and my inner activist wants something environmentally friendly and cruelty-free. We no longer live in a world where we eat what little food is available. We are no longer fighting to survive off of what we can hunt and gather. We go to Safeway or Postini or McDonald's. We have options, responsibilities. There are so many variables to consider, it can be hard to decide what to eat nowadays. There are hundreds of diets and lifestyles to help dictate what to put in your body, from the Paleolithic diet to ketogenic to vegetarian. Each has different benefits, drawbacks, and goals, so there is no one perfect diet for everyone. With so many trends and diets being promoted as the best, it's tough to choose a lifestyle that fits your wants and needs. But one in particular has been growing in supporters for years and is recognized as a healthy and sustainable lifestyle: veganism. Veganism is gaining popularity worldwide due to its many environmental and ethical benefits. Since the term veganism was first invented by Donald and Dot Watson back in the 1940s, veganism has been about the rights of non-humans to receive equal consideration. Veganism is not just another diet to help you lose weight, it's a movement to better our society. Millennials and Gen Zers are driving this trendy lifestyle, and it's not just health nuts and animal rights activists. Veganism has grown 600%, from 1% in 2014 to 6% in 2017 of Americans who identify as vegan. This movement is also highlighted by countless athletes and celebrities, notably Tom Brady, Ariana Grande, Beyonce, and many more. It seems like everyone is jumping aboard the vegan train.
Look who I ran into, guys.
Hi.
I just found out that we're both vegan. You look amazing.
Yes, vegan power.
And we're both vegan.
Now, major companies in the food industry are taking advantage of the surge in veganism's popularity. At my favorite restaurants like Thai Bloom and Panera Bread, I notice a rise in the number of vegan options on the menu. There are even fully vegan restaurants like Veggie Grill. The first time I had Veggie Grill, I took a bite of the nachos with their vegan chicken and assumed there was real chicken, cheese, and sour cream due to how delicious it was. I was shocked to learn that I had just enjoyed one of my favorite foods with vegan alternatives and not even know it. I've been an omnivore my entire life due to my vigorous love for cheese and chicken nuggets, but I'm seriously considering switching to a plant-based diet now that there are such delicious alternatives. Going vegan means not eating any meat, but also not eating any other animal products as well. Animal products include meat, fish, dairy products, honey, and several ingredients such as gelatin and other additives that are derived from animals. Veganism is similar to vegetarianism in that both lifestyles abstain from eating meat, but veganism is seen as sort of a vegetarianism on steroids. More environmental benefits, more ethical benefits, but also more types of food you can't eat. This may seem difficult as most of the American diet consists of meat, but a vegan diet still allows for many foods like fruits, vegetables, beans, bread, and more. Additionally, food companies saw the drive to veganism, but also realized the temptation of non-vegan food standing in the way. They capitalized on this desire by making vegan alternatives to traditionally non-vegan foods. There are vegan alternatives to meat, cheese, and even ice cream. Veganism has clearly skyrocketed in society's mind, but why? One of the biggest motivators to go vegan, especially for me, is veganism's environmental impact. Everyone knows about the epidemic not so slowly killing our planet, climate change. The rising levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are raising the global temperature. It's melting our ice caps, intensifying heat waves and droughts, and rising sea levels. Since 1880, global sea levels have increased by 8 inches, but by 2100, sea levels are predicted to rise by 1 to 4 feet. Us millennials and Gen Zers will be the ones to reap the consequences of climate change, so we unfortunately also hold the responsibility to make the changes necessary to prevent catastrophic damage. Our responsibility to the environment is just one more thing to think about when we decide what goes into our shopping carts. It's exhausting researching every brand of animal products. How do they treat their animals? How do they deal with animal waste? With veganism, there's little to think about. The main contributor to greenhouse gas emissions killing the earth is carbon dioxide, but other major contributors are methane and nitrous oxide. The primary sources of the latter gases are cows, but if more of society turns vegan, fewer cows will have to be forcefully bred and the methane and nitrous oxide gas emissions will decline significantly. With fewer greenhouse gases from methane and nitrous oxide, There will be more room in the atmosphere for carbon dioxide and still keep us below the detrimental 2 degrees Celsius of warming, allowing us to find a smooth transition to clean energy and not rush the fossil fuel industry before a safe and long-term plan is formed. Veganism is not a solution to climate change, but it serves as a heavy-duty band-aid until we can find a cure. Aside from the physical draws of environmental benefits, there is a question of morality as well. Many of us can no longer just think of meat as food or a way to survive, and we shouldn't. A cow died for us to enjoy that one piece of steak. Most often, it didn't just die, it was tortured and then murdered. An undercover animal rights activist spent time working at a factory farm in Wyoming, and these are the shocking conditions they keep their pigs in. 10,000 pigs in close quarters, the stench of their shit, piled 3 feet high in the slanted trenches below. The blood on sows' snouts, cut by cages so tight they can't turn around or lie sideways. The racking cries of broken-legged pigs, hauled into alleys by dead-eyed workers and left there to die of exposure. It may seem dramatic, but it is a harsh reality when stepping foot into a factory farm in the present day. The same is true for cows and chicken. They are overcrowded, abused, and left to rot in their own feces when they fall ill due to their abhorrent living conditions. Would you do that to your dog or your cat? After adopting an adorable new puppy, authors of Vegan Freak Bob and Jenna Torres came to an unsettling question. What made pigs, cattle, chickens, and sheep so different from dogs and cats, such that we killed one for food and cuddled with another on the couch? They are all animals, living, thinking, feeling creatures, and they should not be treated this way. The only solution to this ethical dilemma is veganism. For many, veganism is the best lifestyle to better the environment and the lives of animals. It seems an obvious conclusion that everyone should be vegan, but for some people, veganism isn't a realistic option. For example, my brother is a college student at Oregon State University Cascades. Upon interviewing him, I learned that on a college meal plan, his choices are nearly always limited to what's at the dining hall. Looking at his food choices, there are burgers and occasionally the healthy option of salmon and quinoa, but the only vegan option, soup. Once every few weeks there may be a veggie burger or some tofu, but soup is the only consistent choice that is free of animal products. For many college students, veganism isn't an accessible option, no matter how much they care about the environment or the animals that inhabit it. This is true for people around the world who may not have the money, time, or even just the motivation to go vegan. Veganism holds some truly amazing benefits to the environment and animal life, but it's not a perfect diet. There is no one perfect diet that encompasses everyone's needs and desires. Some may not have the money to go vegan, some may not be able to access vegan foods like my brother, some may just love meat way too much to give it up for a greater cause. The world is evolving and there is just so much more to your plate than food. Veganism is not a one-size-fits-all kind of lifestyle, but if you are able to go vegan, at least try it out. It really does make a difference and it really does matter.